My name's Hi, good afternoon everyone. Welcome back to the 2018 World Mind Sports Olympiad here in London. Well, I'm Steve Rain and this is
Paco de la Banda.
We're glad to see you back again. Today we've got 3 games for you. We've got Mensa Connections, which is, I believe, on round 3 at the moment. We're probably not going to catch the end of round 3, but there'll be at least 2 more rounds to show you for that game. In the afternoon, we have, what do we have in the afternoon? It is Corridor, which is a 2-player game where you're trying to get through like a labyrinth. And then in the evening, we've got Aware, which is a Mancala variant. Again, all 2-player games today. So we're in for a little treat then today, Paco. No long 3-hour games for us today.
Long fins, yes.
So we're in London today. Obviously, the World Mind Sports Olympiad has been held in London each and every year for the last 22 years, which is great to see. Today is a bit more overcast than normal, so if you're out and about in London, just make sure you've got some, maybe a coat or an umbrella somewhere just to keep you safe. We're going to go to the Pentamind standings. So the Pentamind is the overall event, the event that a lot of people come here to try and win. Paco is a winner in 2010, was it, Paco?
Yeah, 2010, yes.
And Pentamind, you basically play over a series of games. There are certain restrictions as to what games can be up there, but you're looking for the best 5. We can see the standings at the moment with Martin Hobenmargi still leading the way. 4 very fantastic scores from Martin, all over 90. That's great to see, isn't it, Paco?
Yeah, I think that all of them, those 4, are able to count for the final Pentamind winner. I mean, all of them are more than 93 points, which is absolutely amazing. So at this moment, we are in the 4th day of the tournament, so we still have Thursday, Friday, Sunday, and Monday. So it is difficult to improve this, but maybe Martin is able to even improve this.
If you can get one more score over 90, I imagine he's going to take some beating. If you look at some of the other people, Michael Hornung has got 3 scores over 90, so he's doing really well in 2nd place again. He'd be looking for a 5th really high score. You've got Ankush Khandelwal, who won the Acquire yesterday. He has got 2 great scores there, and then a couple of high 80s. Again, scores over 100 are new this year. There is a multiplier for what are called Premier events. So if you notice, some of the events on here have stars next to their names. So that means it's a Premier event, a slightly more well-known event, or just a tougher event generally. So Ankush has got 103 from Acquire. Mark Taste has got 104. He came 2nd in the Pot Limit Texas Hold'em.
So well done. Another very good result. James Heppell, it's the same. 2 very good results.
Yeah, so James's starred result was in Settlers of Catan. He came 2nd. James is actually playing Mensa Connections today. A few of these players are, but James currently is undefeated, so we might see James at the feature table in a few moments' time. We've got Junior on the list, George Reme Topkin. He's just snuck up there because he wasn't here last night, so well done to George. He must have got a great result in something last night, so well done to him. And we've got Ricardo Grecci.
Senior.
Senior, so he's doing very well himself. What's the age range for seniors then, Paco?
Yeah, more than 60.
More than 60.
So he will be fighting with Dario De Toffoli, who is the winner in the last 2 years. So the Italian squad is going to fight each other just because they have very good players aged more than 60 years old.
And we've got, for the overall Pentamind, the 3 people who got the medals last year were James Heppell, who won last year. He's there in 5th. We've got Ankush Khandelwal, who came 2nd the last 2 years. Maybe even 3 years. He is in 3rd there. And Andres Kusk, who's won 4 of the last 8 years. He won 2 years ago and he came 3rd last year, is there. He's got 2 decent scores. He's looking for another one, although sadly he's not doing so well in Mensa Connections so far. Speaking of Mensa Connections, we're going to move in a sec to a video of how to play Mensa. If you've not played it before, it is also known as the Game Ingenious. Some people just call it Mensa. It's been rebranded a couple of times to kind of Mensa is obviously a British word, and the American market wanted a different name for it. So Ingenious, but it's by a designer called Rainer Knizia. He has made loads and loads of really good games. A lot of his games are slightly abstract, but he has this method of scoring which is quite unique in this particular way. He does it in a couple of his other games. The worst colour you're doing is your score. So you're not trying to do really well on everything. You're just trying to make the worst score the best it can be.
To avoid it.
Yeah.
The worst score.
So we're going to have a look at how to play Mensa Connections with this short little video just here. Hello, welcome to the My Sports Olympiad. My name's Steve Rain and I'm going to teach you how to play Mensa Connections, otherwise known as Ingenious if you've got a different version of the box. In Mensa Connections, we are playing the 2-player variant this weekend, but you can play up to 4 players. You are trying to play your pieces on the board, score points in 6 different colours, and more importantly, it's the score of your lowest colour that counts. Let's have a look at how it does. So here's the board in Mensa Connections. The way we're going to play, we're just going to talk about the 2-player variant. The only difference in the 2-player variant, obviously there's only 2 players, but you're only playing in the light grey section in the middle. If you were playing with 3 players, you'd also include these pieces, so you could play your tiles on these, and with 4 players you can play all the way to the edge of the board. So we're not going to be playing with the outer 2 layers in this particular case. But like I said, your score in this game is the score of your lowest colour. You'll be scoring colours, we'll see how to do that in a sec, in different ways, in 6 different colours, and you'll be scoring points in the colours, so you can score blue and green and yellow, and purple could score really high, but your score at the moment is 1. You have 1 point because orange and red are on the 1 spot. I believe they might even start on 0. So effectively you haven't scored orange or red yet, but as soon as they start scoring, my score is still 0. So what you're aiming to do by the end of the game is you're aiming that the lowest colour you've got is as high as possible. Your score versus your opponent's score, you're currently scoring 4, you want them to be scoring 3 or fewer. If there's a tie in your lowest colour, it goes to your next lowest colour and so on. So that's how the game is won. Let's see how we go about scoring some points. You're going to have racks of tiles. Now obviously you wouldn't be able to see your opponent's tiles. Here are 2 racks of tiles for you, and each tile is like a 2-piece tile. And on your turn you just place it somewhere on the board, anywhere you want. You can just place it out in the blue nowhere if you want to do that, but generally you won't see people doing that apart from maybe late game tactical reasons. What you're trying to do on your turn is you're placing a tile and you're trying to connect it with colours of the same colour that are already on the board. So there are 6 pieces on the board to start with, so I can't go over those, so I can't place over this green piece, but I can place next to it. And what would happen here is that my green piece would score me based on every other green piece in a straight line from it. So at the moment this green piece would score me 1 point because there's 1 piece next to it. At the end of the turn this player would draw up and it will be the other person's go. They might decide to play something like this on their turn. So they would score, this green piece is connected to 2 more green pieces, this green piece would score 2. The blue is not connected to any of the blues, and so of the tile you played only the green would score. So you'd score green 2, you move your score track up and then you draw another tile. Let's say it gets back to this person's turn again. If this person plays something like this now, they would score 2 colours. This green piece would score 3, this blue piece would score 1. So you'd score 3 on green and 1 on blue. Now you can see on the board now this is very profitable to play for green, but you don't necessarily want green to be the highest colour you've got. You want to meet all your colours as high as you can. So what you might find is people kind of blocking, let's say my lowest colour is purple, and my opponent might start to block the purple spaces from me just so I can't score my purple. And obviously if I can't score my purple, my score at the end of the game is going to be pretty low. You can score lots of different things. So basically if it's your turn to play as green and you play something like that, or your turn to play and you play something like that, this piece is going to score 1 point, 1 point and 1 point. So you're going to score points in lots of different directions, and in fact you can get lots of points by if you can get long lines in various directions. So that's how you place tiles on the board and score points. You score points connected off the tile you've played in the colours that you've played. And there's a couple of extra things. If at the end of your turn, let's say you finish your turn and you look at your 5 tiles left on the rack before you draw up, if you have no tiles with your lowest colour on, let's say my lowest colour is purple, if I've got no purple tiles on my rack, I can reveal my rack to my opponent, and rather than just draw 1 tile, I throw them all away and draw 6 new ones. That gives you the opportunity, the highest chance that you have a colour of your lowest colour in your rack so that you can not get done in by just having a lack of one particular colour throughout the game. And the other thing you've got, and this is where some of the skill will lie, is that if you ever get to 18 points, let's say I'm green and I score lots of points in green, I can overscore, maybe I score 7 green points, I would get to 18 and stop, but the turn you hit 18 with a colour, you get another turn straight away. So what you can find near the end of the game is you could maybe get an extra turn with red, then you can play a green piece, get an extra turn with green, then you can play a blue piece, move your blue up, maybe get some more extra turns there. You might even find yourself having 2, even 3 turns in a row, scoring lots of points and ending the game really quickly. So part of the other skill is not just blocking your opponent, but kind of managing those extra turns so that you can profit off the best. That's how you play Mensa Connections. I've been Steve. Thanks for watching. What a good explainer that guy is. So we're waiting for round 4 to start. They're just finishing up. We've got results coming in a bit just to see the current standings. The event will be played over 5 rounds, but because there are 44 players in this event, 44 is a huge number. They've had to open up 2 rooms so everyone can fit in the same room. We're looking at potentially a playoff. That's if 2 people win all 5 games.
Normal thing is that maybe after 5 rounds there are 2 players still with 5 points, but with this field, if some of the players winning all the games and tied with the player with 1 point less but loses within, and then maybe we can end with only 5 rounds.
Yeah, so it's a possibility we only get 5 rounds, but about 70-80% chance we're going to have a 6 where 2 people go undefeated for the whole thing. That means we do get a player. So we've got definitely 2 more matches to go to. We're going to be going to board 1 in a second, where we're going to get 2 people who've won all 3 matches so far. So we're going to see a high standard of play. In terms of tactics, then Paco, what would you like to think are tactics in this game?
Well, tactics are always looking at your opponent before looking yourself. I mean, the most important thing is to avoid the opponent, to protect the worst results he has, and not just looking at your points and your scores. So I think that let's go to the results on the round. And
yeah. So we've got results after 3 matches.
Yes.
This is, you get a point for a win. So the following 6 people have 3 points. We've got Marcus Ickler, one of the leading juniors in the field today. We've got some Koreans. Koreans. I believe Juno Choi came second last year. So well done, Juno. He's undefeated. Danielle Ferry, who's on the leaderboard. For those, Dario De Toffoli has won the senior Pentamind a few times, hasn't he? Paco, a friend of yours. We've got James Heppell. James Heppell won the Pentamind last year overall, and he's also won the Mensa Connections last year, which helped him win. So we've got some people with calibre in this event. Dario's got a few bronze medals in this event himself. Juno Choi came second last year, so it's great to see the Koreans up there, isn't it?
Yeah, in fact, when I was observing the field, I was telling Andres Kusk that for me this was the strongest field in this Olympiads up to now. I mean, strongest in terms of the game. It is really difficult to get a medal in this tournament. So many strong players, not only overall players like Dario or James Heppell or Daniel Ferry, but also juniors. We have 3 juniors among the top 6, and I mean, really strong field. It is going to be tough for any of them and the following players to get a medal here.
So in terms of getting a good score for Pentamind, this is one of the prestige events, I believe.
Yes.
So obviously, if you're looking for a good Pentamind score, it'd be unrealistic to think you're going to win this with so many strong players in the field, but I think of a score of maybe 4-1, 4 wins and a loss might give you a 90+ score.
Absolutely. Having 4 points in this so strong field will have 90-something. So it is very important to have at least 4 points here.
So Marcus and James and Dario will be looking for at least 4 points
at least
overall.
4 points,
so we're going to see some high standard games, we think. We're talking about strategies. When you're, so let's say we both have a weak blue colour. So let's say we both have 0 points on blue. If I try and place a blue piece next to one on the board and get a point, I'll leave it open for you to get 2. So it's really risky. You've got to play in such a way kind of to defend yourself. You've got to score blue whilst blocking it from your opponent, or whatever it might be. So we're going to see that in play. And the other part of the skill of the game is getting those extra turns, isn't it?
Yeah, when you score 15 points,
I think it's 18. I think
18 points, just with one color. Then you have the opportunity, to have one more turn at that moment with the 5 tiles that you still have in hand, and it is really important.
Yeah, you can refresh your tiles as well, so at the end of your turn when you're drawing up, instead of drawing one, you can throw all your tiles away if you can reveal you've got none of your lowest colour. You can get done in a bit about this game. Sometimes you might draw 3 double yellows and there's nowhere to put them, and you've just got a rack of 3 tiles effectively instead of 6. But we're going to hopefully go to the board at the moment. The tables will be sorted now. Now, it takes a long time to sort 44 players. Mike Dixon's the arbiter this year. He's not playing. There's just too many people, I think, for him to actually play as well. He does like playing his events, but he also runs them very well. So thank you for Mike for kind of working with us here just to provide you with some great gameplay. Have we got the people at the table yet? I'm just going to have a look for you. Yeah, so they're sat down. We've got James Heppell and one of the juniors. Yeah. We can see the score pads on the right-hand side.
Very easy to follow the scores. So thank you. This in this way, and then we can see the tiles of James Heppell, who is the current champion. So
yeah, he's the current champion not only in this but in the pantomime as well. So he is.
So both things.
Yeah. So this is obviously one of the events that he won to help him last year. They're ready to start now. They do have you can see a chess clock behind them. For some reason they have 10 minutes and 10 seconds. Why have they got an extra 10 seconds? Do we know? Because both timers you can see it says 10:10, doesn't it?
Yeah, maybe this 10 seconds is for each play. So it's 10 minutes overall, and then each play you make is 10 more seconds.
Possibly, yeah. We'll see how long it takes them to play.
This is the normal thing when you have 10-10 in the.
Yeah. Now James is very experienced. James is a lovely man to talk to. You can see he's chatting to Ji-Yun Lee there. He's very friendly. They're waiting for the announcement to start. Actually, the game behind them has started, so I imagine they can start if and when they're ready. And we're going to see. So, yeah, we're going to see. So, obviously, you're focusing on the worst colour.
Yeah, the worst colour, yeah. At the beginning, they don't mind very much how are they doing. I mean, they are just trying the other player not to get too many points in some colour that they are not able to recuperate afterwards. I mean, yes, avoiding the most important thing is that after half the tiles are on the board, then some colors are still starting to suffer. So at that moment is that you have to start or you have to think about the strategy with the tiles that you have to avoid the other player to go up with those colors and then keep at least one of the colors below you. So
we can see James's opening hand. He's got 2 tiles with red and purple on. Now, if he plays one of them after another, he can score both colours on the second tile. So that's not a bad necessary thing to have.
Well, normally, if you have 2 tiles exactly equal, you use one of them. Yes, to have more flexibility, because flexibility in this game is very, very important. I'm sure that he's going to use one of them.
So he's going to use one of the red-purple ones first.
Yes,
and you're absolutely right. He's used red-purple. He's done it in such a way that his opponent...
Yeah, to avoid the opponent
a string of reds.
Take 2.
Now, they can take 2 points in red here if they want to, but normally what you get in some games is you get a big long string of colours, don't you? And if you put one on the end of that, you score 7 or 8.
If there is a big line, the normal thing is what James have done is to take all the points, put in the same color at the end, but the other color just in the same line, so avoiding that the opponent can take the same line +1.
So we can see this is what I was talking about. James has played the same tile twice, so on the second time he played it, he gets to score purple and red.
Yes, absolutely. 2 reds, 2 points on red and 1 point on purple. Yeah.
So Ji-Hun Lee's played a double yellow, so she scores 2 yellow points. But now, if James has got some yellow pieces, or later on, they can score quite heavily in yellow, can't they?
2 and 1. The beginning is I mean, 2 points +1 is a very good score in the beginning, because you are scoring 2 different colors.
I was chatting to a couple of players who, in between rounds, and they said that sometimes you're in a bad spot where the colour you're lowest on is not possible to score on the board. And you have to make a bad move with a tile just to get your colour back in play.
Yeah.
So if you've scored no green points and there's no, your opponent's blocked off green for you and you can't get any green points by placing your tile with green, you just have to put it on the board, because if there's no green tiles available on the board next
you
to
cannot win.
You can't score green, and if you can't score green, you're not going to win.
It is better to put the green color right in the middle, and then being able to surround that green color, because the opponent will try to avoid one of the sides, but he cannot or she cannot block all of the sides.
So Ji-Hun Lee has scored a lot in purple already. He's got 5 or 6 points in purple.
Yeah.
And this is a yellow-purple, which is a great move.
Purple.
Yeah, yellow-purple gets Ji-Hun Lee 3 purple points and 3 yellow points.
Yellow,
so it's not great. I mean, obviously, James is currently winning, technically, because remember, it's your lowest score, the lowest colour that scores you. So at the moment, Ji-Hun Lee's got 4 zeros and James has only got 2. So James is winning in terms of his lowest scores, but it's early doors, yeah.
Yeah, sometimes a player is doing the strategy of the Korean with 1 or 2 colors going up to 18 as fast as possible, with the meaning of developing them with the second alternative tile.
Yeah, because if you can get those extra turns, if you can get more extra turns than your opponent, you've just done a better. Now, you notice that the chess clock is, the Korean has used 10 seconds.
10 seconds.
And James has used nearly a minute and a half, I think. You can see the scores at the moment. James has got 2 scores on 0, whereas Ji-Hun has got 4.
Yeah.
So Ji-Hun needs to...
At this moment, the strategy of James looks like better. At this moment.
You think spreading out the colours?
I think the spreading is better.
Now, there's no colour necessarily blocked off yet. Red's getting potentially blocked off, but no other colour is unscorable at the moment. So that scores James 3 oranges and a green. So James now only has blue on 0. And James is... I don't know if James is trying to block orange off. If you can block orange off a bit, then Ji-Hun is orange is one of Ji-Hun's lower colours.
The most important colors to be blocked now by any of the players are the ones that you have interesting number of points, at least 2, and the other one has 0.
So I think if James can block red off here, Ji-Hun's got no red pieces. If James can play some red pieces potentially that will block off red, it's not possible. It's not actually possible to block off red completely here. But if you can maybe in 2 turns time with Ji-Hun not scoring red.
The only way to block red completely will be to put a tile blocking the 2 hexagons, maybe with a purple and nothing, not a red one. But you only get 1 point. At this moment, maybe they're trying to increase the rest of the...
Too soon, is it?
Yeah, maybe
so
it's too soon.
James played a yellow and a green.
But for sure, he has that in mind.
Yeah, I think so, yeah. he's that good a player, isn't he?
Yeah, the possibility of blocking the 2 reds with a purple and something else, like a purple and a blue that he has on the right. And this could be an interesting strategy, so but maybe not too soon.
Ji-Hun is going the other way. Ji-Hun has just got 5 more yellow points. So Ji-Hun's got a lot of purple, a lot of yellow.
She's trying to become Mensa with 18 points and then repeat the turn.
So James can score 4 green by placing a double green. I don't think he'll do that. Instead, he's going to score 4 yellow himself.
4 yellow. So the problem that when you are taking too many points on one color, like this strategy for the Korean, is that the other player with just 1 tile can take a lot of points, and
with so much
not to suffer with that color. I mean,
with so much yellow on the board, there's you can score quite highly yellow just putting 1 yellow piece down in that top right corner.
So even if the other player can get Mensa with 18 points in that color, if you, with that strategy of the other player, you can get 8 to 10 points with this color. Maybe this color is not one of the ones that is going to suffer on your side.
So Gian Lee's almost blocked yellow off now. There's only one yellow scoring piece left. So if we could see what James's scoring yellow is, he's unlikely to add to it.
But he hasn't.
He hasn't got any yellow pieces. So James yellows. He's on 8. No, 9, isn't it? So
9. So no problem. I think that he's not worried about yellows right now.
He's done that green. So he's basically played a green piece. He's going to score 4 green. But if Jihyun has a green herself, she can score 4 green straight back.
Reds were important for.
Well, she's played a double red. I don't know if you saw that. She's played a double red and scored 4 points in red.
So from this point of view, the only worry for both players will be blue, because green, there are many greens in the middle, and the Korean player is not going to suffer with green.
Now there are blue scoring opportunities, not many, not big scoring opportunities, but there are some on the board. They've both played a double red, if you've seen that. So Jihyun played a double red, and then straight away James played a double red. And when James played his, he scores more points because he scores the points that Jihyun scores plus an extra 2.
Yes.
So James got 6 points, and Jihyun only got 4.
Looks like that is the clock of James, and is the turn of James, or?
I think so. I mean, I think she's got her next move ready, but I think it is James's go. I think she's playing very fast. She's undefeated today, so well done so far. So James is making sure he scores purple before it gets blocked off. Now, if purple got blocked off there, James would only have 2 in purple. And if Jihyun could block that off, then James would be struggling to kind of bring back purple back into the game. As it stands, they're both low on blue, but there's 3 or 4 blue scoring possibilities on the board. So that scores 4 and 3. So well done, Jihyun. If we can see what James has got, that will be great.
I think that he's going to take purple.
I think he needs at least one more.
One more purple.
One more score in purple.
Because if it is blocked, sincerely, I wouldn't take I'm not sure if I will take the red or I will avoid the purple to James to take now 4 purples.
What's usually the lowest score in the game? Is it about 7, 8, or 9? Something like that.
Between 5 and 7. Sometimes it is not easy to reach more than 5. If the opponent, you will see that the blues will not be easy to be more than 5.
So James gets. Now James is close to getting an extra turn with reds. Now Jihyun, if you remember earlier, Jihyun blocked the own yellows off, and that might have been a mistake because blocking the yellows off from her will mean her yellows are going to be higher than James's, but it doesn't look like yellow's going to be the lowest colour for either of them. But
9 is not going to be the lowest.
But yellow is Jihyun's furthest one forward, and because now she can't score any yellow, she's probably not going to get an extra turn from yellow. So that possibly was a mistake from earlier. Maybe she should have kept yellow in the game.
As soon as your opponent has colors more than 8, it is really difficult that level is going to be the final one.
Now we get to a bit.
9 is perfect.
We get to a bit of a situation here where neither one of them wants to play onto one of the blue pieces. Now blue is the lowest score for either of them, but the first person to play blue,
take
like
only
for
one.
example here,
and now
which is good because she scores 4 green and a blue. But James can now do something very similar. James can score 2 blue and 2 green.
He has
he's
blue
got
and
blue
green.
So James can score.
I will do that. For sure.
Well, James has got 2 blues and greens, so potentially he can do this 2 turns in a row. So he's holding it in his hand. He's got 2 blues and greens. I imagine he'll play one of those 2 tiles at some point. And like you said earlier, it's nice to have a mix of tiles, but he's got a couple of duplicates there. So he's going to score 2 blue and 3 green. So Ji-hun scored the first blue, but James will score 2 back. And if Ji-hun scores more blue, then James will score more blue as well. So it looks like Ji-hun has got a red and a green, so she's going to increase her reds. If we can have a look at the score, her reds now go pretty high, but she's also potentially taken out the chance that James can get an extra turn using red. I imagine James might play his other blue and green now.
Yeah, if...
no, he's played blue and purple.
No, he's blocking purple.
Yeah.
Now he's... and
he's safe from purple, and purple, he's winning on blue as well.
Yeah.
So Ji-hun really needs to score some blue points, I think.
And then orange is the following color, but it is too open right now.
Yeah, orange has got some good scoring opportunities left.
So maybe the 8th, 9th level can be the key thing here.
So James has got that blue and green piece, if we can zoom to the board. James has got the blue and green piece, which I imagine he plays now to some extent.
But for me, yellow and purple are a better position for the Korean player. So if she can manage the other 3 going up, I mean, nicely, then James may suffer.
The problem is that James is very close to an extra turn now in green.
Yeah,
it's very hard. I mean, you can't stop him if he's got a green piece. You can't stop him getting extra turn. Sure. So he might be able to play extra turns in such a way that he scores, like maybe for example, oranges twice or orange once and blue once.
Okay.
So if James has got like a green and an orange piece,
so 4 blues,
and she's added an orange to the board as well, which is good for her.
Yeah.
Well, potentially not, because she's actually winning now, isn't she? She's winning on orange and green. Apologies. She's winning because James has got lower in orange and blue.
Yeah.
So we might see an extra turn now if James can play a green piece. It'd be lovely if you have another green and blue, but I don't think he's had 3 of them.
I may be wrong, but I think that the game is going to be decided on purple.
You really think that?
Or yellow, just not on blue or orange.
Okay.
Or green.
Because blue and orange and green have plenty of scoring opportunities.
Plenty of ties there, and the Korean player, I think that is willing to win.
Okay. I'd never do very well at this game, I'm afraid. Now that is a board with not much choice. There's a lot of yellows that can't actually score. So there's oh my god, this might be an extra turn. This is a lot of green points.
Yes.
No, she's drawing a tile. She's got 15.
So only 15.
So let's have a look at what James has got. He can't play either the 2 tiles or yellow one. He could play the green tile just to get an extra turn, but it doesn't really benefit him that much. He's got a red and a blue that he could play, but red doesn't score him. He really needs to score orange and blue, wasn't it?
Yeah. At this moment, yes.
At this moment, yes. So
orange and blue.
But you think James is going to lose on purple, so you think that James needs to add another purple to the board quickly, because if you can see, you don't have to play in such a way that you fill the board. You can see there's a couple of empty hexagons that just can't be played in. So you can play tiles in such a way to kind of block everyone else off. That's not the best.
Well, he's trying just to defend the last colors, but it is not going to work. He needs. I mean, if I am right. And let's see the score, the scores.
So if we can see the scores, let's have a look if Paco's right then. So Paco thinks that James will lose it on yellow and purple.
Yeah.
And he might be right because he can't stop Ji-hun. Ji-hun's going to be able to score some orange.
So the problem for James is how he can develop yellow and purple. Because blue and orange is not a problem for the Korean player any longer. Now she's going to push maybe the as Orange have many different alternatives, maybe pushing
if she's
got just blue.
If she's got an orange piece, she can definitely score 2 points.
Yeah,
which she's done that. So I think you're right. I think James is going to lose it on yellow and purple. No, she's actually played a yellow piece onto the board. In scoring 2 orange, she's played a yellow piece, which allowed James to effectively move yellow.
Why did she
maybe that was her only choice. Maybe that was her only orange piece.
But it is.
Well, she needed to move orange, otherwise she wouldn't be winning.
Yeah.
She needed to move orange.
We don't see.
So I think James is going to take an extra turn with the tile he's fingering now. He can play that, score 1 yellow point, and get another go.
Yeah, but purple.
Purple's the issue now, isn't it, Paco?
Okay, so now extra turn with.
I tell you what, if he can score blue and block blue, does he win? If we can have a look at the scoreboards, too late. If we can have a look at the scoreboards. So James needed orange, didn't he?
He needs oranges.
But he also needs to block blue. If he can block blue, I imagine she'll score some blue. No, she's going to score some blue now. So yeah, I think you're right. I think James is going to lose it on the purple colour that you said.
Yeah, there is no way.
You said really early on.
He's going to. Now game is over.
Yeah, there's no purple scoring points, and they've got 1 turn left each.
And no way.
Well done, Jihon, beating the defending bull.
Well, she was.
No, she didn't get a medal last year. That was a different Korean.
Oh yes.
Yeah, there's a Koreans do very well in this. You can, if you go into the room, there's a lot of Korean juniors floating about the room, aren't there?
And wonderful players.
Yeah,
it's amazing, the Korean team.
Well, they're so confident as well.
Yeah.
So he's thinking. I don't think there's much he can do. I think he's just going to have to score orange.
I think that he will try to reduce the difference between his worst just for tie breaking.
Yeah. So she's going to play last piece.
Yeah.
She's going to set some orange. So her score is 11 and James's is 9 on 2 colours. Packer was right early on. He said that purple will be the undoing, purple and yellow for James.
Purple and yellow. It was so clear, but
yeah. So well done to Jihon Lee.
Defeating the current champion and a person so important for this tournament as James Heppell. I think that James is so a strong player in any games that I really do admire this young man because
he's done very well. Over the last 5 years, the previous 5 years, he has medalled in. Apologies, 6 years. He has medalled in 5. He's got a gold, a bronze, a gold. Then he missed out. Then he got 2 bronzes.
Yeah, that's amazing.
And to do that across such a broad range of events against some great players. Very good. You can see the size of the room. This used to be 2 rooms with a divider down where they had separate events, but there's just so many people wanting to play this that I've had to open it up. So you can see on the left on table 2 here, this is the table being watched by a few observers. On the left is Marcus and Dario.
Marcus,
Marcus has fallen off the top of the Pentamine leaderboard, but he was up there earlier in the week. He had a great Boku score. Took a game of Andres Kusk. Well done for him. And on the right, I don't know, we've got the other junior.
Yeah, it's Daniel Ferri, the Italian one. He was the creator of Vegetables, a beautiful game for playing families and with friends. And another Korean, I don't know the name, but both games tough. I mean, it's one senior and against 2 juniors, and the other one, Daniel, is not senior, he's young, but he's still young.
After this match, we're going to have 3 people who are undefeated. We're going to have Jihon Lee and then the winner of these 2 matches with 4 points. 2 of those are going to play each other and 1 gets paired down. Now, the only way we can have a playoff are if the 2 that play each other, obviously one of those is going to win, and the person who gets paired down. When I say paired down, I mean usually you play someone on the same record as you. In this particular case, it's going to be 3 people undefeated. 2 will play each other, and 1 will play someone who's lost once. If the person who gets paired down also wins, we may have a playoff where they will play 1 more game while no one else plays a game, just to see who wins the gold. So what did you think of that game then, Paco?
I think that it was impressive because in the beginning it looks like that the strategy of the Korean player was not that good. Or I mean, pushing and pushing and pushing two colors up there.
Do you remember which two colours she pushed up?
I
was
think
yellow
that
and purple.
yellow and purple.
Yeah, so obviously that was planned here. She pushed up yellow and then blocked it off.
And then blocked it.
And then made sure she kind of competed in the rest of the colours. And she did the same with purple earlier on.
Yeah.
I actually think James was the one that blocked purple off eventually.
Yeah.
I think James made a row of 4 purple and blocked it off at the end.
Yeah.
But she did very well. She sped up on 2 colours and then spent the rest of the game just focusing on the other 4, knowing that those 2 colours were blocked off and James couldn't get to them. So well done to Ji-hun. It was some great tactics there.
Yeah, because sometimes just when you assure yourself that you surpass the 10 barrier, I mean, staying in the 9 in this case was the losing color.
So 9 is often a good enough 9 is often a good enough score to potentially win a game. So sometimes one colour is so sparse that it never gets beyond 5 or 6.
Yes.
So getting to 9 is fine. Generally, you'll win some games getting to 9 with every colour. But in this game, James didn't because Ji-hun blocked the 2 colours he got to 9 with.
And 11. I mean, the lowest score for her was 11.
And she didn't get an extra turn either.
No, so it's amazing.
She did very well. So
she did great.
We're going to see either her and one of 2 other people potentially on the last match. So we'll see. I believe Marcus and Dario finished.
It will be great. I don't know the result between Dario and Marcus. I mean, I do like very much Dario because we are competing on the senior pentamine and we are close friends from many years. But Marcus is impressive. This is 13 years old. I mean,
he's had a very good. He's had a very good.
And very good in many games.
He was speaking to Andres Kusk, and Andres Kusk has won the pantomime before. And Andres said, I've played Marcus at Mensa Connections, and Marcus is probably stronger than me." And he's not ashamed to admit it. Marcus, obviously, is very good. He's clearly doing well here. We don't know the result of the Dario and Marcus match, but we're going to find out for you as soon as we can.
When I talked to when I asked Andres about the Estonian team and what of your juniors or the rest of the team can beat you in the future, I mean, in terms of pentamine history, he said, okay, this year Martin Hoimaji is not junior any longer, but is doing so well that maybe he can challenge me to be not only the junior pentamine as he was in the past, but the overall pentamine. Yeah. But he said, take care with Marcus because Marcus is only 13 years old and is still a junior, but his results looks like that he is very maths mind and special. I mean, really very special mind.
We saw him in Baku. He came 3rd in Baku. He took a game of Andres in Baku, and Andres was almost undefeated at the time. He'd won 5 matches 2-0 and drawn 1-1 all, and then Marcus took a game from near the end. So Marcus is a very good analytical player.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So we're just waiting on a few more results to finish. As you can see, the room, most people had finished. There was one more match on game 2. The team behind us are going to try and find out the results as soon as they can for us. So we'll keep you up to date as soon as possible. There's one more match, but with the potential of a playoff. So we're going to have to see. We're going to keep an eye on table 2, and we know now that Marcus actually beat Dario. We've just been past the results. So Marcus will be at 4-0 at the moment. So Marcus may be playing Ji-hun. There's one more player between, is it Ricardo?
It was Daniel Ferry and another Korean. But for me, just seeing a final between 2 juniors in this tournament with so strong players. I mean, all of the best players in the tournament are trying to conquer this medal, this gold medal. So 2 juniors. It's
in terms of like the juniors competing at these games. This probably is the event where I've seen most juniors near the top. At the moment, undefeated. There are two juniors, potentially even 3 juniors. We don't know what happened to Danielle. But it's great to see. We're going to see one more match, and we'll keep you abreast of the score on table 2. We'll try and keep an eye on what happens there, just to see if we have a playoff or not. So we've either got 1 or maybe 2 more matches to come. We're going to take a look if they've been updated to see the Pentamind results, just to see if anything's changed. So we will see what we can do for that. And we can see the scores here. I don't think anything's changed since we last looked at it.
No.
But these are ever changing.
No, because it has not finished any tournament up to now. So in just 1 hour after ending this tournament and all the parallel tournaments, then we'll have a completely new results for the Pentamind.
Yeah. So while we're waiting on the results, again, Mike Dixon does a great job. He's a very nice guy. We're going to go to commercial break in a sec. But what I want to do, if you are watching us on the live stream and you want to comment underneath about any questions you've got for us about the Pentamind, about the event as a whole, about Mensa Connections, if we can read those, and we'll get back to you any possible time while we've got a break in commentary. So if you've got anything you want to ask us, ask Paco, myself. Paco's been to a lot of these events. He can answer loads of technical questions.
Yeah, but he knows much more than me in most of the games. So.
Thank you very much, Paco. But it's my first time here, so I'm really impressed with it. I can tell you my first experiences if you want me to do that. But we're just going to go to a quick commercial, and we'll be back in a few minutes' time with the last or potentially last round of the event.
Yeah,
thanks
pleasure.
Hi viewers, let's talk about Ponderous' easiest way to invest, the Go and Grow. Go and Grow is an incredibly simple and automated service that allows you to earn 6.75% per annum and take your cash out at any time. Here are some benefits. It has a yield of 6.75, helping you to plan for the future. You can access your cash without any excessive withdrawal penalties. You also get a diversified portfolio of investments supported by advanced and reliable technology. And you only pay tax when you make a withdrawal over your capital amount invested. That's not all, there's more. You can share access with the people you trust to invest together for a shared goal, like an upcoming world trip or a wedding. And if you are already a Bondora investor, you can transfer your existing Bondora investment portfolio to Go and Grow with just a few clicks. Check for more info in the description box below and visit us on Facebook at Bondora Capital. Start today and make your dreams a reality with Go and Grow. Hi everyone! This time, we would like to give you an overview of what peer-to-peer lending at Bondora is all about. Compared to traditional bank credit models, peer-to-peer lending at Bondora makes you the bank, while our platform provides you the borrowers to lend to. So as an investor, you can generate profit from the interest paid by the borrowers, while the borrowers benefit from the quick access to loans they need. The concept of peer-to-peer lending is relatively new in the finance market and has grown rapidly in the last decade. So if you are new to peer-to-peer lending, would like to be an investor, you can visit our website at bondora.com for more information, or check us out on Facebook at Bondora Capital. And that's it for today. Visit our website to start investing and subscribe to our channel for more videos. Thanks for watching, and bye for now. Hello and welcome to another weekly video from Bondora. A great question being asked by our investors from across the world is that why are we based in Tallinn? Tallinn is referred to as Europe's Silicon Valley and is a hub for innovative companies like Skype, TransferWise, Pipedrive, and of course Bondora, something not so commonly seen in a medieval capital city. Estonia hosts the NATO Cyber Defense Center and is also building a data embassy in Luxembourg, which will have the same right as regular embassy, but it is able to remotely reboot the country's IT systems in case of a cyber attack. So due to this level of cybersecurity, and since there are children being taught how to code in kindergarten, there is a wealth of tech talent, and this provides a great environment for us to thrive and achieve our goal of becoming Europe's #1 peer-to-peer lending platform. We hope this information helps you understand why we are based in Tallinn, Estonia, and be sure to leave a comment below as to what you want to see in the next week's video and how we can consistently improve your investing experience on Bondora platform. Thanks for watching, and until next week, keep investing. Bye for now.
Hi, welcome back to the Mensa Connections Championship here at the World Mind Sports Olympiad in London. We have 4 rounds gone, 1 round to go. And we've got some results for you. We're going to see the 3 players who are undefeated, as well as some players beneath them on 3 wins, potentially fighting for the Pentamind Championship. So we have, amazingly, we have all 3 juniors,
All 3 juniors.
undefeated. Obviously, this is a game where age is irrelevant, so well done those 3 undefeated. I'd like to see if Ji-Hun Lee plays the same strategy again, where she kind of maximises 1 or 2 colours and blocks them off.
We will see if 2 Koreans play each other. Then this is going to be interesting, because they know each other and they have the same style of strategy. Maybe Marcus is a bit more anarchic in terms of comparing the Marcus strategy with the Koreans.
Well, Andrew said Marcus is very good. Now, we've seen Ji-Hun play, and Ji-Hun played James, and James Heppell's no walkover, so well done to Ji-Hun. And it was quite a convincing victory at the end, points-wise, wasn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
So well done. Marcus is an excellent player, according to some other good players who've commented on him. We're looking at the people with 3 points. Obviously, for the Pentamind, a decent score for them for this event. If they want to win the whole Pentamind, they need to win at least 4 out of 5 games, I think. So we're looking at a few people there, Dario and James.
Yeah, Dario, James, Ricardo. I mean, it will be very important for them to have 4 points.
Yeah,
very important to tie for the 2nd place.
Yeah, so Ricardo is generally not maybe as big an abstract player as some people. He likes his Euro games, but obviously he's a trench player as well. He plays trench, doesn't he?
Yeah, he plays all Euro games so good. I mean, he has been, I think that among 6 games he has played on Euro games, he was number 1 in final table in 5 of them.
So going into the final table.
Yeah, final table.
That's an amazing feat. So obviously Euro games are demanding on your attention. So abstract games can last potentially, as little as 5 minutes, some of them, can't they? But Euro games last hours, and you've got to kind of keep your mind sharp. So well done to Ricardo.
Yeah, I would like to say also that there are 3 more Koreans among the 2nd group. So Korea has 5 players within the 10 first. So that's amazing.
Yeah, that is amazing.
So
isn't it?
6 juniors.
Yeah, that is 6 juniors in the top 10. That is brilliant to see. So we don't know who's paired up with who yet. We are going to move to the table as soon as the players are about to sit down, and we're going to keep an eye on table 2, where the 3rd undefeated person will be.
Yeah, it will be important.
But yeah, so at the end of the day, obviously, any score that's going to count towards the Pentamind at the end of the week, they will need to be at least 4-1. So at the end of the day, we're going to have a look to see if James manages to get a decent score, or Dario or Danielle as well.
So we have the same Korean.
Yeah, Ji-Hun Lee. So nice to see if she does the same thing as last time. If we can have a quick scan at table 2 to see who's there, maybe we can work out which is the missing player. So no, they're not sat down unless this is one. No,
one of the Koreans. Yeah, yes. So is playing with Marcus.
Yeah.
The other Korean is playing with David Pierce.
Ji-Hun Lee, yeah, there's Marcus there. He's just about to sit down with glasses. Smile at the camera. Thanks, Marcus.
David Pierce has 3 points.
Yeah, he does. We didn't see him there, but there was
it was below.
There was a few people. So David Pierce is still in chance for the medal then, isn't he?
Yeah,
because he is the overall medal winner at any point. Yeah. And in terms of tie breaks, David Pierce has actually been paired up. So he's been, when we said that earlier, obviously David Pierce has actually lost a game, whereas his opponent hasn't.
Yeah.
So David Pierce has been paired up. So if David Pierce manages to win this game, we will not get a playoff. The match will be decided on markers. Yeah. If David Pierce can't beat the Korean junior, then the Korean junior will play the winner of Marcus and Ji-Hun in the playoff at the end. So we will get one more match. So we'll see how that goes. We'll keep an eye on things there, and as soon as that result comes in, we will let you know what happened. But here you go. Here is Marcus and Ji-Hun Lee, ready to. There we go. Nice to see handshakes at the start and at the end as well. Yeah,
if we can put together the 2 score sheets and to be able to follow much easier, and then, if it is possible.
Yeah. So I
And
expect
maybe even if we can say Marcus to do the same that James Heppell to show a little bit.
I think we see it from a different angle.
Yeah, that is great to have them together, and it is easier to compare what is the worst color and so on. Okay, very good.
So Paco has shown me how good he is at this game. Like halfway through the last game, he said, "Yeah, James is going to lose it on yellow," and yellow was way ahead of everything else. So yellow or purple. So we're going to have a look for Paco's expertise, see if he can make a similar prediction halfway through this game.
Okay, I also said that I didn't like the strategy of the Korean player, and she won. So
yeah, we're going to see if she does that again. Maybe that's the way she approaches this game, or it just happened to be that case with that game. And just to remind you, the strategy was to kind of really push two colours very far and then block them off.
And then block them off, yes.
Yeah. So we'll see how that works for her.
For sure, we have many things to learn from a strategy from Koreans, because maybe they have different approaches than we have already.
How do you decide who goes first in this game?
I'm not sure what is the. I think that it is already decided on the
It's
drawings.
usually the youngest in the rule book is the youngest, but James went first last time, and I'm pretty sure James isn't younger than Gian.
No, not at all. I think that they are predetermined the player who starts, because it has an advantage.
Yeah,
so
I think so.
They are trying with 5 rounds. You either have three first and 2 seconds, or 3 seconds, 2 first, and not 5 being first.
Oh, I see, because they alternate black and white in chess.
Like black and white.
So abstract games then, sometimes it's better to go first, sometimes it's better to go second. Can you think of any games where it's better to go second in a 2-player abstract game? I can think of one, I think.
Really?
Yeah, I think it's better to go second in Connect 4.
In Connect 4?
I think a computer will beat you if you go first.
Oh.
I think.
Yeah, maybe Connect 4, yes.
And the other one potentially I was thinking of is Othello. Reverse eye.
Yeah.
You played reverse eye, because I think in reverse eye, the person who goes first, what you don't want to do is let your opponent have the edge.
Yeah.
And if you go first, you will be the first person to play on the second to outside there. If you'll be forced to do that.
Okay.
But generally, I believe, speaking like Boku and Go, definitely, it's definitely you want to be going first.
Yeah.
And the advantage is big enough that they actually can't play best of one. They have to swap over, because things like that. So it's interesting, isn't it, that some games actually benefit from going second.
Yeah.
I might be wrong with Connect 4, but I think I'm right with reverse eye.
When I play Connect 4 with pupils at Canary Islands, I really don't mind to play second, but because I think that I have a good strategy to avoid a fast wing being first. But if I would have to choose, I think that I would prefer to go first. Okay. But maybe you're right. The computer, I haven't played with computers.
I think a computer will beat you if you go first. That's my theory. Okay. So I might be wrong. I might be wrong. If I am wrong and you know I'm wrong, please let me know.
Okay, this is perfect that we can see the tiles of Marcus. He has started with a strategy. I mean, many double green tiles.
I think this is a 4 strategy. Like you said with James earlier, you want to get rid of. Duplicate tiles, just so you've got variation. So I imagine we'll see Marcus playing a lot of his double greens out. He has an opportunity though. He could play purple-blue next to the purples and blues. Yeah, he could actually do that.
But to block.
He can play the double greens later. I might play the purple and blue here.
Yeah.
To get to you, basically by doing that, you're scoring 3. You're scoring 2 purple.
I think that he's going to play purple and blue.
Okay.
Oh, different. Interesting.
Now, if he plays purple blue, now he gets an extra point. But maybe he's pushing yellow into the middle because he's got a double yellow. Maybe he's thinking further ahead than we are.
Okay. Purple and blue, 3-1. Yeah.
Okay, so he gets 3 and 1 instead of 2 and 1. But if Ji-Hun Lee plays off the yellow, he can then use the double yellow to score even more, can't he? So Ji-Hun Lee, last time's strategy was maximising 2 colours. So I wonder if she's going to go down the continue to play purple route. Looks like she's got a red in her hand. Yeah, purple and red. So she's going to get another 3 purple. She's doing what she did last time. She hasn't scored any colour but purple so far. Whereas Marcus is doing what James did last time. Marcus is kind of spreading out a bit.
So he's worried about the strategy to be repeated.
Well, yeah, so he's worried about purple getting cut off. Now, obviously,
so
if Ji-Hun just like here, she's going another purple. So she's got 11 in purple already. I think it's 10 or 11 in purple. And if she can cut Marcus off at maybe 7 in purple, she can restrict his
7 will be awful. But at this moment, there are 2 different alternatives to play purple. So maybe Marcus has no purple.
Yeah, so you can't score purple at the moment, and you can't change his. You can only change your tiles in if you're missing your lowest colour.
Lowest, no highest. 5 doubles for Marcus is not good. I mean, he's not having a good.
So she's played purple again into the middle of the board. So she's not actually cutting purple off at the moment.
Yeah.
Marcus scores a single orange and a single yellow. So Marcus is off the board on every colour. So Marcus is technically winning at the moment. But in terms of the number of actual physical points he's got fewer than Ji-Hun.
Yeah, the problem for me is that Marcus have got 5 tiles with same color, double colours. And 2 of them are the same. So I don't think that this is good in terms of flexibility, and I think that this is a game very important in flexibility, because as your problem is what is the lowest color scored.
I actually think that Marcus is leading on orange, and there's only 1 orange left on the board. Now Marcus, in theory, at the end of this turn, can discard his hand if he wants to, because his lowest score is orange.
Okay.
So I think he could play.
He could do that,
double
but
green if he wanted to. He could discard.
He wants to, yes.
He could discard.
But he's going to discard.
I think he likes his doubles, you know.
Well,
I mean, there's a danger in discarding, because you could just get worse tiles. You could get more doubles. You can get a lot more colours you don't want. I think Marcus can score quite heavily in green and yellow here.
Now yellow, he can use the double yellow, and I'm sure he's going to do 4 and 7 yellows.
7 yellows, yeah.
Yes.
He does that. It's not his turn, so he's going to get 7 yellows.
So yellow is no longer a problem for.
Eventually, he might start blocking that orange in. Now, if he blocks orange off, he's winning on orange.
Yeah.
And Ji-Hun. So I was speaking to James earlier, James Heppell. So he could play the other double yellow now.
5-3. That's good.
So I was speaking to James Heppell earlier. He said that if you ever have to make a move to add a piece back onto the board, it's a bad move, because you're wasting a turn doing it.
So now Marcus could block the orange with the 2 yellows.
Yeah. Yeah. So he can actually so he could do this. I think this gives him an extra turn.
Yeah.
And now we can block orange off. This gives him an extra turn.
Oh yes.
And he could potentially.
Absolutely, you're absolutely right. First to obtain the Mensa, and then to block.
So I think he could play the double green. Good. If he could play the double green alongside
double green,
the orange,
blocking the orange.
Yes. Get some more green.
Very good.
And then Ji-Hun. Oh, he hasn't done that. He's scored some red.
Why?
I don't know. He can also throw his hand away. He can still throw his hand away. He hasn't got any orange in his hand, you see. He has now. But he could have thrown his hand away.
Why?
I don't know. I think he should be blocking. I think he should be blocking orange off. So.
I mean, independently. I mean, with the double green.
Yeah,
so
I think so. He
4
gets
greens
green
and block the orange.
4 greens isn't great, because it does. His greens is his second best colour, I think.
It doesn't matter. Then it means that he can get extra Mensa for doing anything else.
Yeah. I mean, you can't block orange off by playing an orange piece, sadly. What he'd like to do is score an orange point and block it off, but he can't do that.
Yeah.
So I think he's just trying to maximise his own points in all the other colours. But I'm with you, Paco. I think, although he's doing very well in this tournament, I think blocking orange off would be a good move here. He's going to score 2 blues.
So maybe he's thinking in red. No.
I think he's got a blue and a purple that he can play next to the tile he's just played.
I don't understand. 2 and 2. Let's see the scores, please.
Yeah, so you can see that Ji-hun is on 6 points on red and blue, but she's got no orange. So if I'm with you, Paco. I think if Marcus can block orange off, Ji-hun has to waste a turn adding it back to the board.
Yeah.
Potentially.
Yeah. So
okay, so he's going to play the tile I thought the blue and purple tile. Why did he play it that way round? Why didn't he play it the other way around and score some points? He must have a reason. He must have a reason for doing this. Maybe doing that. Go on, carry on.
No, I think that the overview always seeing the scoreboards are maybe better in terms of understanding this.
Can we zoom out from this view a bit then? We'll be able to see the scoreboard and his tiles.
Yeah.
Our cameramen are fantastic, so well done. A teeny bit more would be lovely. Thank you very much, cameraman.
And
yeah, thank you.
Yeah, that's perfect.
That's perfect. So now we can see everything. We can see Marcus's choices.
And also the time.
Yeah. So G only gets 2 blue.
Yeah.
She's got to be. So I wonder if she's not wanting to play orange, because if she plays 1 orange, then Marcus can score 2.
No, but this is not important. I think that.
So can you see what Marcus did last time? He played the purple that way round, so he can score 2 purple this time round.
But so the Korean player strategy is having everything higher than 10.
So if the Korean player can ever score some orange points, quite a few of them, because the Korean player will win. I think so.
Yes.
Yeah. I think.
So blocking the orange will be super important.
If you ignore orange, the Korean scores 8 and Marcus is 4, then 6 and 7. So Marcus has a lot to do. But if you include orange, Marcus is actually winning this game.
Yeah. Yeah. Now he's going to do it. Yeah. In the end.
It's not guaranteed. There's a lot of space in, and
to start with an orange. Yes,
can just put an orange into play.
It is true, but
so it gets him 4 greens.
4 greens.
And orange is dead now.
So now he has to worry about blues.
If he gets another green, he can get an extra turn as well.
Wow. So clever.
Yeah. So we said in the introduction that you can play tile anywhere. Now you don't have to connect to something else. That is a rule change from previous years, I believe. So you can place it anywhere, and this is why you might want to do that.
Then now I understand the strategy of pushing 2 colors too fast at the beginning, and then don't mind about a dangerous color being because this, if you can do this, then
now I wonder if Marcus can remember where his blue piece was, because he doesn't look like he's moved it properly. He's moved it on across the 4 and the 5. So it's just a bit of a half and half move, I think.
Yeah, not looking like too nice for Marcus.
Not the best. He's got 3 orange pieces, but none of them he can score twice, because the orange and yellow pieces is already maximised yellow. He hasn't got a green piece, so he can't take an extra turn. So he's going to play this to keep purple in play. So the way he's done it there, he's put it at the end so that he scores 4 orange, and Ji-Hun can't play at the end of the orange row anymore. There's no space. So Ji-Hun can still score orange, but generally, unless she's got a double, she's only going to be scoring 2.
No, this game is close to over.
You think Ji-Hun's going to win?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so she's going to score 2 and a yellow. Yellow. Yeah, there we go. And then she's discarding a hand. So she's discarding a hand because she has no orange tiles left.
Orange, yes.
And now she draws 6 more. Now, if she draws 6 more and she still has no orange tiles, she doesn't get to discard again. She gets to discard again on the next turn, but she has to play a tile first. So there is a chance that she doesn't have an orange tile in her display. But the fact she's picked one out to play already probably means she does. It's not even her turn. Yeah, she's probably got one in hand. She's got one on the table there. There's her one in hand. So Marcus has picked his double blue out. Double blue will allow him to score 3 points in blue.
Yeah, but what about red? He has lost.
He's
already.
lost because he's not.
I mean,
well, he didn't have a red piece in hand.
But anyway,
he should reveal his hand. Shouldn't
he? The only way. I mean, now if double orange is put in the middle of the upper left side, then there is no way that Marcus can score any red.
Or even
it's
a single
absolutely impossible.
Yeah. A single orange. I see what you mean, yeah. So basically,
game over.
Ji-Hun can play it in such a way that Marcus can never play 2 red tiles together.
Yeah.
But she's doing that now. That's where you think she should play. And now if Marcus plays a red tile in one of the gaps.
Yeah. And then...
So Ji-Hun's going to win because Marcus will not score more than 6, I think. And it's amazing what she does, isn't it?
Yeah.
She was holding on to that double orange tile for a long time.
Very interesting strategy.
Yeah.
And I think that is
so
sharp.
Just to go over what's happening, if Marcus doesn't have a red, he should have discarded his hand anyway, just to get a red into his hand.
I don't know why he's not looking. Well, maybe he's trying to reduce the.
His score with 6. He needs to score a red. So the fact that he hasn't thrown his hand away the last 2 turns, he's luckily drawn a red now, but it's a bit too late. There are 3 places left to go on the board, or maybe even 2, depending where it's played. And there's no way.
So he's going to lose by 2 points.
Yeah, I think so. Actually, if he plays his red in the gap, she could score
it will be better for the other player.
She could score another red. So he hasn't done that. He's just going to play it there. She's just going to end the game, I think. She should just play. So she plays in the middle of the 4.
And the 4 in again. The game is over. Yeah, with 2 points difference.
This is a fantastic result from Ji-Hun Lee.
And if in the other table the Korean wins, then
there will be a tie-break.
A tie-break
between 2
among Koreans.
And if the Korean doesn't, if David Pearce wins, then Ji-Hun Lee wins the whole event. So well done,
the whole event.
I believe that is game. We're going to see a handshake, I think. Well done, Ji-Hun Lee. Unlucky Marcus, still get a 4-1 record, which is fantastic.
Amazing. For a 13 years old guy.
I wonder how old Ji-Hun Lee is. Must have been about the same age, I think. Similar ages, I imagine. If we can turn over to the table with David Pearce and the other Korean youngster on the table, that would be great. And then we can see potentially.
And if it is possible to ask how old is the.
So my eyesight's not the best. So green is on 8 for the Korean, and purple is on 7 for David. So we're looking at, if you can just zoom out maybe one bit for that, would thank you very much. That's fine. So green is on 8, and purple is on 8 for the Korean, and purple is on 7 for David Pearce. Now, if David Pearce has only got 2 colours in the lower side, and the Korean's got 3 or 4, hasn't they?
Yeah, but the 9, 8, 8, and 8, 8, 7.
It's not 8, 8, 7. It's just 8, 7.
It's 7, 7.
It's 8, 7, I think.
8, 7 or 7, 7?
I think David Pearce is 8, 7, and the Korean is 8, 8. So David Pearce needs to move purple. But there's no way to score purple.
It's not 7, 7.
I don't think so.
So purple? is going to be.
Yeah, there's no way to score
Yeah.
purple, is there? So, so
Yeah.
what happens? What happens is that David Pearce needs to join to a purple here.
Yeah.
If he doesn't, then the Korean's going to win. I actually think the Korean can potentially. The Korean should play in the middle. You see the big hole in the middle.
Yeah.
If the Korean plays any tile in the middle there, there's
Yeah.
no way David Pearce
Yeah,
can play and score
absolutely.
purple.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's the move.
The game is over because of the purple.
Yeah, I'm looking. It looks like David Pearce is on 7. He's 2 away from their centre line, isn't
Yes.
he? And the Korean is 1. So David Pearce is going to. Looks like if the Korean plays in the centre of their.
Just crossing between
Yeah.
the yellow and the green.
Yeah.
And then there is only 4 spaces both sides. So
He can do this and get another turn, can he? He's actually just going to get another
Well,
turn, I think.
this is also valid.
Yeah, gets another
he has
turn.
separated. Oh, on
Yeah, and then he blocks it
one
again.
more. Oh,
And
that's
then-
better.
Yeah, and then he's going
That
to score.
is much better strategy.
He's going to score.
Yeah, we didn't realize that was enough. Yeah.
Okay.
Now
David Pearce can't
shaking hands and.
Well, they're going to keep going. He's
well, yes, because the difference in
Yeah.
points. Yes.
David's going to keep going. He's going to try and score as many points as he can.
So we are going to see one more game.
Yeah, we're going to see 2 Koreans. I've forgotten the
Two
name.
Koreans.
I've forgotten the name of this one, but we'll remind ourselves in a sec. We'll go and get those games for you. There will be 1 game left. I imagine this will attract a teeny bit of a crowd as well, because people watching the final of the. What will be the final, and no one else is left.
Everybody will be watching.
Yeah. So well done. Well done.
Yeah,
Beating David Pearce.
absolutely
Beating
amazing.
David Pearce at anything is not
Yeah.
is no easy feat.
The legend in terms of the number of medals. We remind everybody 157 medals.
Yeah, he has picked up. I think he has picked up some more this week, I imagine.
Yeah, for sure.
But he's. I've seen a lot of events where he's just missed out. So he just missed out in Baku, giving a draw to Andres in the last round.
Yeah.
And he's just missed out here. If he won that, he would have probably medalled, I imagine, because the tiebreaks would have been favourable for him. He would have been because is it the Buchholz method?
I think that Blockus yesterday. I think that he was bronze.
In Blockus.
Yeah.
Okay. He wasn't. No, Matthew Heppell was.
Okay.
I think so. Anyway.
Maybe.
So if you are watching this live, we've got 1 more match to come, so we will stay on until broadcast that match. If you are watching on social media at the moment in time, if you've got any questions for us, please comment and like and share it below. Please share. Obviously, if you like the World Mind Sports Olympiad and you want it to kind of grow, we're doing our best. We're putting this content out there, but if you can kind of share it to other people who you know would like it, who don't know much about it, please do so. If you've got any questions for us, we will answer the questions as best we can in the commentary. They will be passed over to us. If they're general questions about the Mind Sports Olympiad, we will get back to you at some point. We'll answer them live on one of the later live streams. If it's a question about Mensa connections, we will try and answer that during the last match, as long as we we see the question in time. So please kind of interact with us. We're doing our best. Tell us if we can do something better. Tell us if we're doing a good job. And if you like the way the camera's been set up, our camera crew are great, and they deserve some praise as well. So we're just waiting for one more match. The standings we will get to when we can. There will be a few games to finish before we have the playoff. But the playoff will be between 2 Koreans, Ji-Hun Lee, who we've seen twice in a row, beat 2 very good players.
Yeah, amazing
in,
players.
James Heppell and Marcus. And the other Korean boy as well. So we're just going to have a look at, so obviously London today is a bit overcast, so we're going to have a look at some better London scenery, and then we're going to go to a commercial. We'll bring you back 1 more match to go. So let's have a look at what London looks like in its best light, which is where the Mind Sports Olympiad is being held.
Hi viewers, let's talk about Ponderous' easiest way to invest, the Go and Grow. Go and Grow is an incredibly simple and automated service that allows you to earn 6.75% per annum and take your cash out at any time. Here are some benefits. It has a yield of 6.75, helping you to plan for the future. You can access your cash without any excessive withdrawal penalties. You also get a diversified portfolio of investments supported by advanced and reliable technology. And you only pay tax when you make a withdrawal over your capital amount invested. That's not all, there's more. You can share access with the people you trust to invest together for a shared goal like an upcoming world trip or a wedding. And if you are already a Ponderous investor, you can transfer your existing Ponderous investment portfolio to Go and Grow with just a few clicks. Check for more info in the description box below and visit us on Facebook at Ponderous Capital. Start today and make your dreams a reality with Go and Grow. Hi everyone. This time, we would like to give you an overview of what peer-to-peer lending at Ponderous is all about. Compared to traditional bank credit models, peer-to-peer lending at Ponderous makes you the bank, while our platform provides you the borrowers to lend to. So as an investor, you can generate profit from the interest paid by the borrowers, while the borrowers benefit from the quick access to loans they need. The concept of peer-to-peer lending is relatively new in the finance market and has grown rapidly in the last decade. So if you are new to peer-to-peer lending, would like to be an investor, you can visit our website at bondora.com for more information or check us out on Facebook at Ponderous Capital. And that's it for today. Visit our website to start investing and subscribe to our channel for more videos. Thanks for watching and bye for now. Hello and welcome to another weekly video from Ponderous. A great question being asked by our investors from across the world is that why are we based in Tallinn? Tallinn is referred to as Europe's Silicon Valley and is a hub for innovative companies like Skype, TransferWise, Pipedrive and of course Ponderous, something not so commonly seen in a medieval capital city. Estonia hosts the NATO Cyber Defense Center and is also building a data embassy in Luxembourg, which will have the same right as regular embassy, but it is able to remotely reboot the country's IT systems in case of a cyber attack. So due to this level of cybersecurity, and since there are children being taught how to code in kindergarten, there is a wealth of tech talent, and this provides a great environment for us to thrive and achieve our goal of becoming Europe's #1 peer-to-peer lending platform. We hope this information helps you understand why we are based in Tallinn, Estonia, and be sure to leave a comment below as to what you want to see in the next week's video and how we can consistently improve your investing experience on Ponderous platform. Thanks for watching, and until next week, keep investing and bye for now.
Welcome back to the MindSpots Olympiad, the Mensa connections round. It's taken a while, it's taken 5 rounds, but we're now finally going to determine the winner and the bronze and the silver medalists. We're going to get overall results for you shortly, but after 5 rounds, there are 2 people who've gotten undefeated. Usually there's a tie-break, but the tie-break only happens lower down the field. So if you're 4-1, there will be some various tie-break procedures. Here, the tie-break is not existent. They actually have a playoff. So they're sat down, they're ready to go. I think they might have already started. We've got 2 Korean juniors ready to fight off. So let's go to the table and have a look how they're going. So they're ready to start now. I think they're just waiting. I think they might have been waiting for us, so they can start whenever. They've got 10 minutes, 10 seconds on the clock. You've got Ji-Hun Lee. We've seen the last 2 games. She's very impressed me so far. And I think, is it Junyu Choi? We're going to get the names in a second. I think if it is who I think it is, he might have already medalled in this previously. Yeah,
and we were talking before about the junior's age of Marcus. He was 13, but now we have 12 years old.
12 years old. Junyu Choi is 12. He also came second last year. I believe he lost to a playoff to James Heppell last year, so he's been in a playoff before.
And 11 years old.
Yeah. Ji-Hyun Lee is 11 years old. So this is amazing to see too. Like, you know, beating seasoned gamers along the way. I mean, Ji-Hyun Lee beat Juno Choi beat David Pearce. David Pearce, the leading medal winner of all time. He's a very good games player, like across the board. Now these guys might obviously specialise in Mensa connections, but they've been here all week, so I imagine that they're pretty good at other games too.
Yeah, for you to understand how strong is this field, I have asked just a couple of minutes ago to Andrus Kusk, one legend here. How many points have you got in this tournament, in these Mensa connections? He got 2 out of 5.
Yeah, so he lost 3 matches, and Andrus Kusk is a good games player. This is not a hard game to understand, but it obviously is a hard game to do well at, I think.
In fact, the Ji-Hyun Lee have developed some strategies that were not easy to understand for us.
Yeah, did very well against, especially against James Heppell 2 matches ago. Paco actually predicted she was going to win halfway through the game as well. So obviously, we thought she'd got off to a bad start, but Paco was in there and he was right, and she ended up winning.
So same strategy. She doesn't mind about they're doing the same.
I think an initial double isn't a bad thing, especially since she had 2 double greens, so she wants to get rid of one of them out of her hand, I think.
Okay.
And she's also played another duplicate. She played another yellow-orange because she already had one in hand.
So
now, when you do something like this and your opponent has the same piece as you, they will always outscore you. So Juno Choi has scored 4 points in green. If Ji-Hyun Lee plays their same piece, they will score even more. But she's gonna score.
3 and 1.
3 and 1. She's just drawn the same piece out again, so if she places that again, she will be able to score 4. Actually, that's where she would have wanted
4
to
and 2, yes.
Believe she can score 3 and 3. I think that might be what she does.
Yes, 3.
Yeah, 3 and
3 and 3.
3 and 3. Yeah.
Yes.
She placed it there, 3 and 3.
So their strategy is not to go highly behind of the
She's
opponent.
drawn the same tile again. Oh my god! So there is strategy in this game. So if you are ahead in a certain colour, so if you're ahead in green, say, if you can block green off, that's maybe what you try and do. You kind of get ahead in one colour and then try and block it off. I imagine she just scores 4 and 4 again.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Because she doesn't mind if the opponent get lots of points on yellow, because both of them are far away from being risky.
Yeah, if you block yellow off, it's never going to lose you the game, is it?
So he's going to take some oranges before something happens.
So now she's got the same piece that he's just played, so she can actually score 6 and 1. So she's very lucky. She keeps drawing pieces that kind of score quite a lot of points. She's not moving her lower colours up, but she's scoring very highly in some of the colours she is scoring. So I believe if she plays, she could play the double purple.
Maybe it's the moment to play purple, but she's not thinking in that.
Well, she can, I mean, extra turn. We haven't seen people take many extra turns so far, have we?
Yes. Not with the Koreans. Looks like that they like just being over 10, and that's enough.
She could have scored a purple point, but what she's left open, there's a gap at the bottom, and she's got a double purple. So if that gap doesn't get filled, she can play her double purple there.
Yeah,
and
double
score
purple.
4.
Yes. Or for sure that will be the best strategy for her. But let's see if the.
She's already got it in her hand. I think she's.
But now she's waiting for.
I think she'll play the double purple. But if we have a look, we now can see both hands at once. So Juno Choi has got a lot of green in his hand, and some blue. He hasn't got an orange. Now, if he had an orange, he would be playing it at the end of that orange row to score those before they get blocked off, I imagine. He's just going to score 3 greens.
3 greens. Yeah, and no double purple. Oh, okay.
Well, she's now got more opportunity to score green now. She can place this. Oh no, she's going to score. Is that 7?
7.
6, sorry. Oh, 7,
No,
you're right.
7,
You're absolutely right. Yeah, that scores an extra point playing that green one down. Now she's ahead on orange and green now. So if either of those two gets blocked off, Juno Choi's only got 7. It's unlikely either is going to get blocked off. Orange will never get blocked off. There's just too many of it.
It's interesting to see a strategy, absolutely same strategy, both players. They don't play a tile on purple, on blue, and on red. They are just pushing the 3 colors up there.
So
and
I agree. So if Jian Lee plays that double purple, and Juno Choi's got a purple, he just scores 4 points straight back. So she will score 4 by playing the double, and then he will just score 4 straight back. So we will see what she does. Now, she could take an extra turn if she wanted to by playing an orange one, but I don't think she's going to do that. She's got a green and a blue, is that?
Yeah. In that sense, I will play blue, not being able to be used by the opponent.
Yeah. So blue on the left.
Play blue on the
She's played it somewhere
on the
else.
left side. Yeah. Well,
I would have played it at the top.
Yes, at the top. Yes.
But we're not 5-0.
We are not in the final. Yes.
Yeah.
So I will push blue 1 up there, but not allowing the opponent to use this, and I will have taken only 5 green, but she prefers to do this, and I don't understand why.
So we've just got a question on the live feed. It's a very good question. Can anyone come and play and participate at the Mind Sports Olympiad, or do you need to qualify? You don't need to qualify. You can just come and play. I came here. There's no entry fee to get in the building. There are entry fees for the individual events, but you can buy a whole tournament set of events. I think it's just like free play, like play everything or something it's called. It's got a name to it, but basically one flat fee, you can play whatever events you want, or each individual event is just price per event. If you've got if you're children, if you're a child, I think that's under 18, is it, child? Yeah, maybe under 16 and 18, you get a reduced rate. So you can come along and play. There's loads of events. If you go to the World Mind Sports Olympiad web page, they have a list of all the events on. At any given time, there are 4 or 5 events on. So just for example, at the moment, the Cities and Nights with Stars of Catan, there's a backgammon event. They're both double sessions. Mensa Connections are watching, shogi, and then cribbage singles. So if you don't like these newfangled whatever games, you've got backgammon and cribbage, you've got some great events to play at any point.
Yeah.
And it's an 8-day long event, so we are on the 4th day now.
There is something else that I like a lot, and we have a teaching room. So you can come here. I love this game, and it is one of the games that we can share with you and teach you and maybe help you to improve. So come.
Yeah, it's great. It's great to see people. And if you've got any questions, if you see us walking about, just ask us some. There are some everyone's super friendly here. If you ask some of the great players, the really clever players, they're really nice to chat to. I've played I've commentated on a few events where I haven't really played much before, and I go up to players I hardly know, I've never met before this weekend, and I ask them what are good strategy tips, and they're happy to chat to me. You know, it's really nice just to have a chat to people about these wonderful games that people are playing. We can have a look now at the scores.
Yes.
Jian Lee has just scored purple, but before she did that, it was very tight. Juno Choi's had an extra go. He used that extra go to score the whole string of oranges down the side. He's got 2 more purple. Now, purple is
blocked.
Oh, no, not quite. I think there's a purple piece next to the red piece.
Oh, yes.
So it's not quite blocked off, but if... 2 red, yeah. So Jian Lee, in terms of the scores at the moment, she's winning. She's got a better blue, a better red, and a better
purple. Yeah.
You imagine that the game will end potentially with one of blue or red being last, so we will see.
Yeah.
Neither is blocked off at the moment, but if Jian Lee can block red off on her turn, and their opponent can't add red to the board easily, that looks like a good move to do. Blue's free to score. There's 2 blue pieces in the middle. Lee at some point can take an extra turn if they would like to. That scores him 3 purple, so that's enough to tie on purple. Purple can still be scored, but they're tied in purple. I imagine purple will not be what loses them the game here.
Yeah. 9 points for purple with red and blue so low.
Yeah, I imagine she'll
looks
play
like
this.
Not
she'll
dangerous.
Play this piece.
Looks like.
She'll play this piece under.
Not sure.
She could play the orange, the purple-red piece. Score 2 points in red and 2 points in purple, but I imagine she'll try and score higher in her weaker colours.
I think that she wants to finish with green and then to use
the
reds now.
Yeah, and then
that's wonderful play.
This is brilliant.
Really
she can
wonderful, wonderful play.
And notice she plays setting away to block.
She has blocked the red. This is an amazing good play by her.
Yeah, generally that's great. That's absolutely fantastic. We didn't spot that. She took an extra turn. She could have taken an extra turn quite a while ago. But she did it in such a way that she scored her red. She's now on 5
and no space for reds.
And red is blocked off. So now I think the game will revolve. If Lee can score enough blue to overtake a red, I imagine Juno Choi at the moment will lose this on red. Because red cannot be scored as it stands. He needs to add a red to the board if he can. And the problem is, if he's got no red tiles, which he actually has.
He has. I think that a double red in the middle will be an alternative choice.
I think he possibly has to do that.
He has. I think that he has going to use the blue ones, but I mean, I have seen his hand close to the blues, but I think that it will be.
The longer he waits to add the reds to the board, the worse it will be for him, I think.
Yeah.
Do you not think?
Yeah. I sincerely, I will leave the double red right now. Yes. Yeah, okay. In the end, he's going to do that because it's too risky to leave that play up to the end.
Yeah, if he's not playing any red to the board, she's going to do her best to speed the game up. And block things off. She still needs to score blue. She still needs to score some blue just to make sure her blue's above the red.
It's only 1 point difference in blue, but there are...
No, she just needs to get 1 point in blue so it's above the red.
But
now
in one and here is in 0. I think that he has made the right decision.
I agree. She made an excellent move, and he's in some way lucky to have a double red, I think, in his hand. Obviously, the double red makes it really hard for her to block red.
Yeah. And now he can use the other red. So now she's going up with blues, avoiding... Oh, that's interesting. No blue, so she prefers to change it. Very good strategy. Yes.
Now she's added the yellow to the board, and yellow is useless for Juno because Juno has maximised yellow.
The thing is that at this moment, for both players, having the opportunity to have 2 Mensas is very important. Just trying to block. I mean, you get the Mensas, and then you block the opponent. With both tiles, with the Mensa, with the other one.
So Mensa is the name of the game, and a Mensa, as Paco was saying, means
reaching the 18,
getting to 18 points and getting another turn. So we're on Juno at the moment. He's thinking. He's used a lot of his time. He's used over half his time. Before we come to conclusion of this game, we're going to hopefully put on the side of the table we'll keep this board in play. We're going to look at the overall Mensa results. Now, obviously, these two are fighting for the gold medal. The gold and silver will go beyond them. But we want to know who has got the bronze.
Maybe Marcus, I guess.
Okay. So we've got Juno's just scored some more red points. So Juno's going to score red, but Juno hasn't scored a single blue now. So if... Oh, that's great. That's a great piece to have, isn't it?
Very good one. Yeah.
So what...
Either he plays now blues, that he has a double blue.
I think he plays a double blue. I think he's got to play it now, I think, before things start getting blocked off. So he plays a double blue. The double blue can score him 5 points.
Yeah, 1.
2, 3,
4.
4, 5.
Yeah,
if
4.
he places it,
Yes,
he can
yes,
score
5 points.
So he can score 5 with the double blue, but he's in trouble now. What he would really like is a blue and a red, and he just hasn't got one. I think if ends up winning this game, it's from that move at the bottom, where she took the extra turn and then blocked off red. I think that was a great move.
Yeah, impressive.
So we're going to have a look at the results. Obviously, this is deciding the goal match, and we're looking at the... we can see the tables there. We're going to come back to it as quick as we can. There are 6 players with 4 and 1. Now, obviously, some of these people are fighting for the Pentamind. Ricardo Gomez, great Eurogame player. Tim Heppell, he's been around quite a few years, done very well.
And Dario.
And Dario, obviously, trying to go for the senior Pentamind as well as the overall.
Yeah.
Marcus Ickler, the junior Pentamind. Daniel Ferry, there's some great names on that list, isn't there?
Yeah, it will be good to know, I mean, according to the break system, who is going to be the bronze medal.
Yeah, so we don't quite know at the moment. They just list some names and scores. Our team's going to try and find out who got the bronze. But apparently we've been told that these are actually correct. So Ricardo Gomez will get the bronze medal. Well done, Ricardo. I wonder who he lost to. Maybe he lost to one of these 2 young juniors here at the top.
Yeah.
So the difference on points throughout the tournament will be the game. So obviously, if you're losing but you can maximise your weakest score, you still... it benefits your tiebreakers. Ricardo's lost game must have been as close as possible.
Yeah. So let's see the game.
We've been told that Ricardo got 11 tiebreak points and Tim got 9. That means overall Ricardo finished 11 more points better off than his opponents over the course of the tournament. And Tim in 4th place sadly missed out on a bronze medal and got 9. This is the close. So we're looking at the scores now. Ji-Yun, they're both tied on blue. But Ji-Yun is way ahead on red, and it's her go. So if she can just...
So this is a blue and red fight because purple is not important any longer. Looks like that the both are in 9.
Now, if she's got an orange piece, she can take another turn. Because she needs 2 orange pieces. So she was fingering the orange piece. You see, it wasn't good for her.
And how to block reds?
Well, so she could play a piece in there, and then a piece down there.
She can block both reds
by
using...
taking another turn. If she takes another turn, she can block... Oh, it's not her turn.
It's not her turn, yes.
Okay, so that's 3 reds.
So 3 reds, but anyway...
she's still winning.
She
might need to score blue. I think she probably just needs to score some blue points. Now,
no, she's going to use the...
She's going to get an extra turn. Okay.
Extra turn.
If she puts it in the gap, she also scores a yellow, and there might be a chance of her maybe scoring an extra turn in yellow if there's enough added to the board. I know.
Oh, goodness.
She's just blocking red, I think.
Blocking red.
Now, if he hasn't got a red, which he hasn't got a red in his hand now because he can't, because his lowest score was blue, he couldn't discard his tiles in the last turn. He hasn't got a red. Now, she didn't know that, but because he hasn't got a red, on her next turn, she will fill that gap, she will take an extra turn, and he will not have any more reds. So I imagine, at the moment as it stands, looking at both sets of tiles in hand, Ji-Yun Lee will...
We are lucky that we can see
I think
players.
she's lucky he hasn't got a red, because if he had a red, he'd be putting it in that gap now. So he's going to score...
Mensa.
He's going to take an extra turn. Now, when you take an extra turn, you do not draw a tile. So
no, you have to play with the 4. In this case, with the 5 that he
he's got
has
remaining. So he can't draw. He can't draw into a potential red tile. We've got a comment from Radan. It says, "Continue your good job." We appreciate that. I think it's fantastic to get feedback. We're just doing this. We're getting no response from lots of people. So if you think you like what you're doing, please comment. And thank you, Radan, for your comment. We appreciate it. It makes it worth a while.
But questions are also welcome. So do ask us whatever is in your mind that you like us to comment.
Well, thank you very much, Radan. Much appreciated for that.
Yeah, one more. So
he's getting another turn.
He's blocking, but he's thinking how.
Yeah. So he's blocked blue.
Red.
He's actually going to win. He's blocked blue. Oh no, there's a blue piece at the top.
Yeah.
There's a blue piece at the top. So what she's going to do, I imagine she will block red, take an extra turn, and then score some blue. But can she score 2 blue? She can't, can she?
No.
Oh, wow. She should have taken an extra turn first. She should have taken an extra turn first because now he can get some red points. He's got a red tile, so he's going to score red.
Now he has lost. Only one.
She has lost,
no red. Oh yes, he
has a red.
He has one red.
Yeah, he picked it up. So if she'd have taken an extra turn first and then played the double blue,
then
she would have blocked red.
He blocked at the right moment, not before.
So I think he's going to score the reds. Yeah. He's going to score the reds. He's going to score 3 points.
Three reds. And not enough now.
Oh no, because she scores blue. No, she just scores blue.
But just 2 blues. Just 2 blues and game over.
2 blues is fine. So
it's
she has
fine.
one. Oh wow! Sorry,
Yes.
I thought she'd misplayed, but she hadn't. She knew if he went there, she would win with blue.
Yeah.
So that is a score of 8 for Juno Choi, who came second last year, and he came second this year. And Ji-Hun Lee, we've seen her 3 games in a row. She's an absolutely fantastic lead.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we have seen 3 games from her, and it was wonderful.
We have a comment on YouTube from Lee. Thank you, Lee. Unfortunately, I can't read whatever language you've written that in, so apologies for that, but much appreciated. Hopefully it is exclamation marks at the end. You either think we're doing a good job or a not so good job. But thank you, Lee, for interacting with us. If you've got any questions, that would be lovely. Ji-Hun Lee taking down the Mensa Connections title. Absolutely absent for someone to win.
With how old is she?
11 years old.
11 years old.
Yeah, that's brilliant. And
fighting
Juno
with
Choi,
the best.
Look, she's being hugged by her team. There's a lot of Koreans here. They're giving loads of support to each other. So Juno Choi comes second 2 years in a row, and Ji-Hun Lee wins, and they're bouncing up and down. So well done to her. She must be delighted. We're going to end the commentary just in a moment now. We come back at the next event with Corridor, which is you're kind of making a labyrinth or making some like a maze for your opponent to get through. Or you're moving your piece. You're trying to get your piece to the end before your opponent gets theirs to the end. It is a 2-player 1v1 game. With some nice play. It's really super simple. So if you want to tune in, we're back at 4 o'clock with that, I believe, and that will last about 2 hours. Again, if you've got any questions, please comment down in the feed, and what we will try and do is we will try and respond to those questions as you come. If you're thinking of coming, I know a few people are. If you're in London thinking of coming down, please come down. Come and say hi to us. Come and say hi to the people. Practice some games for free. You can try some games like Boku and Corridor and Stratego, I think's in there. But otherwise, we're going to come back at 4. Paco, have you had fun today?
A pleasure. Today it was wonderful to see the juniors.
Yeah, it was
amazing.
Brilliant. And it was brilliant to not just see the juniors do well, but to see them beat the adults. It was so good.
For sure. And the champions. And all the champions and the board, it was amazing.
Yeah, so it's so Ricardo came third, Ji-Hun Lee came first, and Juno Choi comes second. So well done to those guys. We're back at 4 o'clock. So if you want to see Corridor or you want to get more information about Man Sports Olympiad, please leave some questions and we'll get back to them then. But as usual, thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching.
Hi viewers, let's talk about Ponderous' easiest way to invest, the Go and Grow. Go and Grow is an incredibly simple and automated service that allows you to earn 6.75% per annum and take your cash out at any time. Here are some benefits. It has a yield of 6.75, helping you to plan for the future. You can access your cash without any excessive withdrawal penalties. You also get a diversified portfolio of investments supported by advanced and reliable technology. And you only pay tax when you make a withdrawal over your capital amount invested. That's not all, there's more. You can share access with the people you trust to invest together for a shared goal like an upcoming world trip or a wedding. And if you are already a Bondura investor, you can transfer your existing Bondura investment portfolio to Go and Grow with just a few clicks. Check for more info in the description box below and visit us on Facebook at Bondura Capital. Start today and make your dreams a reality with Go and Grow.